Hello everybody, this is Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Monkey Island 2 LeChuck's Revenge, the Special Edition. Well, you may be looking at the screen and wondering, hey, didn't we stop this Let's Play back in the inn on Scabb Island in Woodtick? Well, we did, but I came back here because I discovered something. A little memory came back to me after we filmed the first chapter of this, and I remembered two things. First of all, that the original Monkey Island 2 gave you the option between choosing a easy version of the game and a hard version of the game with more difficult puzzles, and this version did not. And also, there was a rather wonderful animated sequence in the opening credits of the original Monkey Island 2, which is not here in the revamp version. Well, I did some reading and found out that when they did the special edition version, they cut out the easy mode because one of the new additions to the game was a hint system, which really meant there wasn't a reason for the easy version since, hey, you can get hints anytime you want if you're having trouble with the hard puzzles. I have no idea why they cut out the opening credits animation. But thankfully, if you play the game in old school graphics mode, it's still there. So, I have paused the game here just before that starts, so that you may enjoy the original opening of Monkey Island 2. And here we go. I like the dancing monkeys.
Hey, you guys get out of here.
Yet, oddly enough, they did dub in the voice acting for it. And this is going by far quicker than in the original game. And another quick note there about iMuse, that was the new sound system.
In the Caribbean, Scabb Island.
And, yeah, that was it. Quick little note there, it mentioned iMuse, which was the unique sound system that LucasArts developed for the music for their games. This was originally the first game to feature it, and it was rather awesome. I mentioned in the last video how good the music in this game is. I mean, you can just listen to the Woodtick theme forever, or I can at least. But anyway, there is the Dancing Monkey intro. That was totally worth it. For me, anyway. Your mileage may vary, but who doesn't like dancing monkeys? Okay, a lot of you don't, but I don't care. It's my Let's Play. I want to watch the dancing monkeys. We're going to watch the dancing monkeys. So
I bust into the church and...
Load game. And let's go. Okay, here we are back at the inn in Woodtick. And now we go forth to investigate the rest of the island. And I wonder... Yeah, it used to be you could double-click on entrance and just jump right to it. I wonder if that's in the classic mode. Not so much. Alright, well here we are on Scabb Island. Woodtick is right here. There's a beach right here, a swamp right here, a peninsula right there, and a cemetery right there. Well, it's closest. Let's go back to the beach. And hey, this is where we were originally.
Nice stick.
All right.
Nice stick.
Alright, I have a stick. Good for me.
Nice.
And I cannot look at the Caribbean moon. Let's look at the sign first.
Steamin' Weenies, 20 feet.
Steamin' Weenies?
Rapscallion's Steamin' Weenie Hut. Place order here. Looks closed. This door appears to be locked.
Nice.
Let's see. Think and Bart. Or Bart and Think. Ha ha ha.
Nice.
We're just going to get to nice about everything, aren't we?
Nice.
I wonder if there's different... Whoop.
He's back.
Tell me about this Largo guy.
A two-bit thug.
He's nothing but a low-down weasel.
So why don't you kick Largo off the island?
Well, we would.
But he was very close to LeChuck.
But LeChuck's gone forever.
I heard they never found his body.
That's because I blew it into 1,000 pieces.
Oh, no. Not this story again.
Any idea where I could hire a ship?
You'll need to go to the far side of the island. And there, you'll meet a man named Captain Dread.
Yikes. Sounds intimidating.
Not really, once you get to know him.
Of course, he can't take you anywhere until Largo lifts his sailing embargo.
What's this about an embargo?
The Largo embargo.
Well, it's not really an embargo. It's a tax on ships coming or going.
But it's a huge tax that no captain on this island can afford.
Including Dread.
That fool Largo doesn't know when to stop. He can't take more from us than we have.
Do you guys know any piratey songs?
Sure, Fink here knows a million. Go ahead, Fink. Sing that one about Scabb Island.
Oh, all right. Well, I'd rather be a pirate on Scab than a scab on a pirate. And if you listen to me gab, I'll tell you why I admire it. Oh, the people aren't too friendly, the weather's not the best. The lodging's too expensive and Largo's quite a pest. But the thing I like about Scab is what it hasn't got. No mayor or police force, and no jail in which to ride.
That was beautiful.
As far as pirate songs go, that wasn't bad.
Do you guys know any more piratey songs?
Okay, here's one about a pirate, his parrot, and a tragic day at sea.
You're not gonna sing Polly the Squawker lives in Davy Jones' locker, are you? You know that one always makes me cry.
Sorry, Bart.
Do you guys know any more piratey songs?
Let me try one. Oh, 100 bottles of beer on the wall. 100 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Oh, 99 bottles of beer on the wall. 99 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 98 bottles of beer on the wall. Oh, 98 bottles of beer on the wall.
I'm kind of curious to see if he makes it all the way
98 bottles
through.
of beer.
Or
You take one down, pass it around. 4 bottles of beer on the wall. Oh, 4 bottles of beer on the wall. 4 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 3 bottles of beer on the wall. Oh, 3 bottles of beer on the wall. 3 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 2 bottles of beer on the wall.
Just the ladies!
Oh, 2 bottles of beer on the wall. 2 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around.
508.
508 bottles of beer on the wall. Oh, 508 bottles of beer on the wall.
okay, that's enough.
Oh, I wasn't done.
Yeah, you were.
Do you guys know any more piratey songs?
Oh, I wish I could parley some French with Governor Marley. I'd say to her, voulez-vous.
Okay, that's enough. No songs about Governor Marley.
Looks like Guybrush is still carrying a torch for the governor.
Too bad he can't even talk to her in English.
Do you guys know any more piratey songs?
Sorry, Mr. Sensitive. The only other songs I know are dirty ones about Governor Marley.
Me too.
How's the pirate biz?
Horrible.
The sailing embargo has all of us pirates landlocked. We can't go about our business.
Some of us tried pirating on land, but it just didn't feel right.
Well, yeah, then you're just a petty crook.
Any marshmallows left?
Marshmallows? We don't have any marshmallows.
What's that white puffy thing on the end of your stick?
It's the stuffing for under my eye patch.
We're just sterilizing it.
We're pirates, Guybrush, not Girl Scouts.
Ever tell you about the time I kicked LeChuck's butt?
Look, Guybrush, besides the fact that we'd all rather die than hear that story again, there's another reason you shouldn't go spreading that story around.
Largo Legrand is back on Scabb. He used to be LeChuck's right-hand man. You don't want to get Largo on your bad side.
Well, I'll see you salty dogs later.
That reminds me, do we have any weenies left?
Well, there might be some weenies in the weenie hut, but, anyway, yeah. I meant...
Nice.
Okay, we don't get anything other than nice from there. Alright, let's go check out the swamp.
International House of Mojo. Looks murky. Creepy, but apparently seaworthy. Creepy, but apparently seaworthy.
And if this seems oddly familiar, you're not alone in thinking that, because, as I believe I mentioned before, in my Let's Play of the first Monkey Island game, the writer of the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie worked on a script for a Monkey Island movie before that. And coincidentally, well, you might remember there's some bits in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies where Jack Sparrow uses a coffin as a rowboat, and they have to go visit a witch in a swamp who gives them clues about what to do next. Just a coincidence, I'm sure. Although I did just kind of give things away a little bit because, well, you saw the Let's Play for Monkey Island 1, Monkey Island 3. You know where this is going just by hearing the music, don't you? But first...
It appears to be yo-yo string. Well, just take a little.
And weirdly enough, I seem to create this glowing effect by right-clicking on the skull.
Display model. Display model. Golden tongue. The 5-day treatment plan that helps you talk to women. No thanks. I don't need it. I don't have that problem. Anymore. Tender touch pirate powder. Prevents stump chafing and eye patch rash. No thanks. I don't need it. I don't have an eye patch or any missing limbs. Spider lungs. No thanks. I don't need it. I feel bad for the spiders.
And yeah, holding the right button down seems to do that everywhere. Is that showing objects I can interact with?
Looks like bound editions of Voodoo Quarterly. No, that stuff's way too technical for me. They're unlabeled. I don't think I'm qualified to handle them. And anyway, they're gross. They're unlabeled. Eau de Mojo. The mystical aroma of voodoo captured in a delightful potpourri. No thanks. I don't need it. Voodoo's not known for its good smells. Skink toes. No thanks. I don't need it. And I feel bad for the skinks. No thanks. I don't need it. Bat wax. Wart remover. Wart remover. No thanks. I don't need it. I don't have any warts. No thanks. I don't need it. Ash to life. The uncremating cream.
Huh.
Hey, that's just a display model.
Oh, yeah.
Guybrush Threepwood. It's been a long time since you last came to see me.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Ah, we often forget those who help us most.
We do?
It was I who told you how to do away with LeChuck. I told you where to find the voodoo antiroot and how to turn it into the powerful, ghost-dissolving potion you needed.
Oh, yeah, now I remember.
Actually, you can totally beat Monkey Island 1 without meeting her. But I digress.
How's business?
Very good. Many hexes this week. Saved many people from the evil eye. Made many pieces of 8. Although Largo took most of them.
I'd like to have my fortune read.
I see a hard road for you, Guybrush. Things didn't get easy for you when you defeated LeChuck, did they? People only wanted more. You had to keep proving yourself over and over. The pressure kept mounting until you lost it all. Your fame, your fortune, the one you love.
Okay, that's enough. About that jar I was looking at?
That's one of my most powerful potions. Brings the dead back to life.
I'll take it.
There are some complications. It only works on ashes, and the resurrection is only temporary. Plus, you need to bring me a sample of the subject's ashes before I can mix you up a batch.
Boy, voodoo's complicated.
Rules are rules.
Tell me about this Largo guy.
He's a weak little man who bullies this whole island around. Most people are afraid of him because he was once LeChuck's right-hand man.
Yeah, but LeChuck's history. I got rid of him myself.
True evil can never be destroyed completely. You will see.
Alright.
Why don't you just put a curse on Largo?
I've tried. My most powerful magic lies in voodoo dolls. But to make an effective doll, I need some items from Largo's person, and no one's brave enough to go get them for me.
What kind of ingredients do you need for the doll?
Are you willing to help me make one?
Maybe?
To make it work, you need to bring me some personal artifacts of the victim. One from each of the 4 basic voodoo groups. Something of the thread, something of the head, something of the body, and something of the dead.
Hey, that almost rhymes.
For the thread, I need a piece of Largo's clothing, and a lock of hair will do for the head. Bring me a sample of fluid from his body, and from his dead relatives, you must acquire some remnant of a corpse. Here, take the shopping list.
Thanks.
Now go.
Okay, so now we know what we need to deal with Largo. Get me, I'm moving without rolling.
Looks murky.
Alright.
Great recipes from the International House of Mojo, page 139. Aunt Helen's special voodoo doll mix. Something of the thread, something of the head, something of the body, and something of the dead.
Well, we actually have all we need to get one of those items right now.
It's just a bucket.
Oh, it is not just a bucket.
Wow, a whole bucket of mud. And it's mine! All mine! It's a bucket full of mud.
Now, what are we going to do with a bucket full of mud, you ask? Oh, there's many things we can do with it. But it's going to enable us to do one thing. Because you'll remember that Largo caught us very quickly sneaking into his room. And this door has trouble closing. So we're going to play a little practical joke on Mr. Grande.
I think I hear Largo coming.
Hey, what the hell? What's going on? Whoever did this is gonna pay. I can't get this thing off my head. When I get this thing off my head, somebody's gonna be real sorry.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that. He looked pretty steamed. I don't see anything special about it. Then again, I never really have understood art. They look pretty old. They look pretty old. It's empty. And it's already open. There's strange little white bugs all over it.
Alright.
It's a bit on the tattered side.
Nice.
So we now have a toupee.
I don't think I should do that. There's strange little white bugs all over it.
So there we have something of the head. And you'll remember that earlier we saw Largo spit on the wall at the bar. And we just so happen to have what we need to retrieve yon spit.
Oh, yuck. Yep, it's Largo's.
So there's something of the body. And where are we going to get a piece of Largo's clothing? Well, there is a dry cleaner in town.
You're making me mad, Marty.
That's my name, don't wear it out.
Look, I want it free and I want it tonight.
Party tonight? Sure, I'll come.
I'm talking about getting my laundry.
Don't worry about me. I've been dry for 3 years.
I said I need it back tonight.
What? Yeah, we'll stay out all night.
This is useless. You tell them I'll be back to pick it up. Or else.
Well, we'll have to get the ticket first before we can get it. Which means another trip back to the hotel room.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of the commentary seems to be nice, unfortunately. Alright.
Nice. Nice.
I'll see what we have ready for Mr. Legrand. I know it's here somewhere. I saw it a while
Coat,
ago.
hat, Freddy Krueger sweater, vest,
where was
t-shirt,
it?
peg leg, dead parrot.
Ah, here it comes.
And,
Nice April fresh scent.
apparently Largo has a thing for women's clothing. And hanging around in bars. So that leaves us something of the head, something of the thread, something of the body, which means we now need something from the dead. And there's one place we haven't explored yet. Well, two places, really, but the one we want to go to next is the cemetery. Spooky.
Warning! Quarantine tomb. Inhabitants died of green tongue fever. Stands casual crosses for graves that don't need to dress up. Stands casual crosses for graves that don't need to dress up. Here lies Hank Plank. Does anybody recognize that name? He didn't have any money on him when he died, and somebody's got to pay for the funeral. Stan. Here lies Hank Plank. Does anybody recognize that name? He didn't have any money on him when he died, and somebody's got to pay for the funeral. Stan.
Yeah, and that would, of course, be a reference to Stan, the used ship salesman, who has apparently branched out into burial plots.
The Ricketts. No trespassing. Stan's Cozy Crypts. A place to spend eternity, not a fortune. The Quagmires. No trespassing. The Grouts. No trespassing. Here lie the Gordo brothers. Too big for any ship. Let's hope the Earth can hold them. Here lie the Gordo brothers. Too big for any ship. Let's hope the Earth can hold them. Here lies Daredevil Jim McDowell. Hand of steel, leg of wood. Jim took every risk he could. A life of action, that was Jim's. Too bad he ran out of limbs. No man commanded Jean-Louise, not on land and not on water. John did whatever he did please, until he kissed the gunner's daughter. There once was a girl named Carrie, who thought that she soon should marry. She went into town and flirted around. She didn't get wed, she got buried. Marco Largo Legrand. Hell on sea or sand. The good news is, he's dead. The bad news is, he bred.
Well, there's a grave of a Largo ancestor. If only we had some way of opening it up. Oh, wait. We have a shovel.
I can't dig that, Daddy.
Nice.
Alright. Use.
This is creepy feeling.
That was sudden.
I'd swear on my grandfather's grave, something weird is going on.
And yes, our pants briefly fell down during the dramatic reveal. Alright, so back to the Voodoo Lady.
Creepy, but apparently seaworthy.
Yeah, thankfully we don't have to row out to her place too often, because this does take a while. And your interface gets completely changed in the old version. Still looks spooky in the old graphics, though.
Back again, Mr. Threepwood?
About that voodoo doll,
Have you brought me the ingredients?
I have his toupee.
Not quite a part of his head, but maybe I can get some scalp fragments from it.
Yeah, there's definitely some dandruff
Have
on
you
there.
brought me any other ingredients?
Well,
I have some of his spit.
Excellent. You may keep the paper. Have you brought me any other ingredients?
I have this pearly white bra.
Yes, that will work. Do you have the final ingredient?
I have the bone of his grandfather.
Perfect. At last! Now I can make a voodoo doll to be reckoned with. Let me get my juju bag. And now for the ingredients. A dandruff flake from Largo's head. A single piece of Largo's thread. A drop of fluid from his body. A single chip off the bone of the dead. And finally, some miscellaneous voodoo herbs and seasonings, including monosodium glutamate. This ought to be good. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we assassinate? Largo, Largo, yeah.
Hey, that looks just like him. Thanks, Voodoo Lady.
One more thing. Some of the ingredients were not the optimum specimens. It should still work, but it will have a limited range. You will have to get close to Largo. Very close.
But hey, we have pins and a doll. All right.
It's little, mean-looking, and ugly, just like Largo. Sharp.
All right, well, we got some pins, we got a voodoo doll, and we've got a hankering to deal out some justice. And that is what we will do next time. We'll see you then.